Alright. Actually, I wanted to talk about a few other things. Like this guitar, man. Yeah, I set this up not too long ago. Purple P90. The Purple Panther with P90s. I had already had it with P90s before, but I was a jackass and I did the wiring kind of crappy, and I really didn't care for the look and sound of that combination. So I kind of fucked up there, not gonna lie. But I found this crackhead on eBay, right? And I bought from him, and he delivered, man. Look at these bitches right here. These are fucking nice. These are really cool. And I'm playing them right now. Let me move some shit around. Alright. This is my tone that I like right now. A little bit of reverb. A mild overdrive. A very weak overdrive that kind of feels like it's just a boost, you know? A volume increase. And I got the Keystone Exchanger set on P90 pickup mode with the bright and analog volume, pretty much all the knobs almost cranked to the max, and it's at the end of the pedal chain. They said that sounds best. So right before the guitar. Or is that the start of the pedal chain? I've heard people refer to it both ways, god damn it. Just say guitar and then that's the best way people can understand it. Like just say after guitar. So the first pedal that comes after your guitar would be the Keystone Exchanger. After that, it's my overdrive pedal. I got this custom Zelda one, which is fucking sick. It's so good. It's so good. I really like this fucking Zelda pedal. Which is funny because I have another Zelda pedal, the Aris Chorus Zelda pedal. It's worth like $350. It's rare and valuable. It sounds like shit. It doesn't sound good. I have a few other chorus pedals that kick its ass. So this thing kind of sucks, actually. But it's one of my most valuable pedals because it's just rare. And it's Zelda. It has artwork from Zelda Link to the Past on the front. It has a little picture of Link holding up the Master Sword as he pulls it out of the stone, you know? And there's a light that flickers on the top of the sword, and the light flicker intensity rises depending on how you adjust the knobs. It's pretty cool. Except it sounds kind of not the greatest. It's okay, I guess. I noticed if you crank it all the way up, that's when it sounds best, but even then it's not. Yeah, that's kind of an odd pedal. That's kind of a, I gotta be in the mood to use that pedal kind of pedal, you know? So, anyways, um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I also have the reverb pedal, the Keeley Omni, or whatever it's fucking called, Sweetwater Special pedal. It's really good for what it is. It's really good. I think it's like a digital and analog hybrid type pedal. Um, it does something badass with the analog settings and true bypass, but yeah, it's not completely an analog pedal, but anyway, reverb, it doesn't really matter, analog, digital, you know, you're just going for that kind of echo sound, you know, and yeah, this thing sounds pretty great. Um, oh, I was trying to learn some Chrono Cross, yo. That's all I know. I suck. I need to learn more. But yeah, that's great. There's no greater feeling to me, honestly, than just kicking back and sucking at guitar, trying to learn something new, learning part of it, but not learning the whole thing, and then getting mad and then quitting, and then getting distracted by something else you can do with guitars. And then that's it, man. That's the life. That's the life. And the funny thing about guitar is there's really no such thing as great guitarists and bad guitarists. There's just beginner guitarists, and then there's like really good guitarists. You know, that's that's all there is. There's beginners. Of course, they're bad. They're starting, but after you've played for a few years, yeah, you can do some shit that hardly anybody else can do. You know. So like it's weird. Like if you'll compare like two guitarists that are really good and you're trying to find out which one's better, like that's like impossible because no human being can remember every jam, every sound, every lick, every song and just kind of display their skill right there. You know what I mean? Like everybody's gonna have their own thing that they've gotten really good at playing, and it's really compassionate and wonderful to hear them execute this song, this jam that they've played over and over again and perfected, and now this is the result. You know, they got that. Try to get them to play something completely different that they've never fucking done before. They'll fail like miserably. It doesn't matter how amazing at guitar they are. You give them material that they've never done, not even close. Oh shit, you know, like what do I do? Like let's say there's a guy who's really good at shredding and he's just super fast. Be really quick, and then give him like a classical acoustic and be like, okay, now play this crazy like picking thing that you know like basically doesn't even need a pick. You got to just use your fingers or something. It's different, you know. That guitarist is gonna struggle. Now it's possible to have guitarists that are really talented and they're like really good on all kinds of different musical instruments and they've kind of done it all, you know. That this is a very wealthy person typically who has access and free time to all this stuff. So yeah, it's a pretty rare individual. But someone like Prince is what I'm talking about. That guy was super talented on multiple instruments. Like that's pretty wild. But just guitars alone or any single instrument by comparison, it's kind of a silly thing to do because like everybody's gonna have their thing. The more they played, the more they went their own path, right? And that path is the path that they know better than anybody else. And you, another guitarist, you go down your own path. You know that path better than anyone else. So you can play your shit better than anyone. And that person can play their shit better than anyone. But let's say this person now has to play your shit and you have to play this person's shit. You're going to sound like shit until you get it right. You're going to have to relearn a lot of things and get used to a lot of different feelings and movements. So yeah, it's kind of silly to compare guitarists' skill levels to one another. And it's very similar with pretty much anything that is deep and skillful, you know, or even just artistic, really. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to be different. I think Marlon Brando said it best. I know he was crazy, but he said that everybody has their own like skill or talent or potential to develop skills and talents. Everybody has it. You can everybody can figure it out. Maybe not someone who's like sick and about to die or whatever. They're going to be dead. That sucks. But I'm talking about like generally speaking, like a young person coming up in this world. They can make something of themselves. They can use their bodies in certain ways and create stuff. Make the world a better place. Do some art, you know? Impress somebody, you know? Make a difference in the world. Whether it be small or huge, doesn't matter. It's a difference. It all adds up. It's all a big deal. I'm getting kind of preachy, but that was some like Superman shit that I just said. Anyway, speaking of which, the new Superman's pretty sweet. You should check it out. It feels like some parts of it were kind of rushed, like it could have used a little more screen time. It almost feels like they keep movies short on purpose because they want to be able to get the, you know, tickets in and out faster, you know. So it's a thing. Capitalism, you know, sucks. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I've been getting into fights with people lately, right? Jesus. My channel has been threatened by those weirdos. Good God. Weirdos that I was nice to. But then they didn't care about my mom's cancer, and I pointed that out, and they got butthurt. And so, Jesus. What the fuck? So yeah, I've been getting into scraps with motherfuckers lately. God damn. There's a lot of people that suck though, dude. Especially the elites. Good God. Here I am getting into petty arguments with random fucking YouTubers. What am I doing with my life? Well, they had to be called out at least for a second. So I'll try my best not to even mention these assholes again. Unless, I'm quickly going to make fun of them or something. But I will promise to talk more about, actual assholes. Like Jesus fucking Christ. The actual real big assholes, not just petty dumb fucks like these losers I was just talking about, like Swollen Nipples and DJ Cucktard and um, the science of quiet. He should really shut the fuck up. My God. Anyway, I'll okay, that was it. I'll let that go, and I'll go back to focusing on the real assholes of the world. Oh my God. Can you believe that Trimpy boy? Man, what a letdown he is. Jesus Christ. But of course he was a letdown. But, there's always that part of you that hopes that... We all know he's not like a good person or would do anything good, so that's stupid. If you ever thought that, you're a dumb maggot. You're a dumb maggot. The maggots are fucked. Those people are too fucking stupid. So if you actually thought Trump wouldn't like do something good, like Jesus Christ, dude, I don't know what to tell you. But if you're one of those people that had a shred of hope that he would like burn it all down and get us all killed, like he would set off a nuke and put us all out of our misery, then I would be like, okay, maybe that's not so bad. Yeah, like. Come on, man. We live in a world where elites are raping kids on airplanes while flying their private airplanes over your head while you sweat away and work a real job. Yeah, that's our reality. Isn't that great, everyone? That's the system. There's a few wealthy elite creeps on the top who get to do whatever they want, which is apparently raping kids on private jets as they fly them over you while you're cleaning the floor or scrubbing this or that or, working the register at a fucking Walmart or whatever the fuck. Stuff like this, That's reality. And that's the real big fucking problem that I see right now. Like, I know I just bitched about a couple of cucks, but it was mostly just because it's funny. And it's almost kind of like cope, really. So I don't have to address the real elephant in the room, Not these dumb ones over here that I just kick around. But the real troublemakers in the world, that's the politicians, man. The fucking Trimpy boy. Biddy, too, dude. I'm not no Democrat dick sucker. Hell no. I used to be, actually, when I was a lot younger and dumber. Growing up in Texas, They try to turn you into a lib. So you're going to grow up like that to a degree. Yeah, there was a point like 10 years ago when I was like, that Bernie Sanders seems pretty great. Maybe he'll be the one. That didn't work out. And then it turns out he doesn't care that much about the kids being bombed. So it's like, Jesus Christ. That was supposed to be our hero? Are you kidding me? All right, what else do we got around here? And you look around and we got shit. We got shit. The best people we got are probably like Ilhan Omar or Rashida Tlaib. AOC is turning out to be a big letdown. That new Mamdani guy is fucking... He's already bending a knee and saying politician-y things instead of, just smile for the cameras. Obviously, he's more interested in his own power than actually getting anything nice done. So, can't like that, dude. Hasn't given me a reason to. But anyways, Hopefully he's the real deal. I doubt it. Been tricked before, like I said. I used to be a dumb fuck lib 10-ish years ago. And then I slowly started becoming way more communist. Like communist to the point where I'm like a caveman, like levels of communism. I am the caveman of communism. Seriously, straight up. Yep. And I am stuck in the middle of Texas as a fairly successful person, oddly enough. And it's weird. Like, I think all the cops around here probably deserve to die. Just saying, you know. Based on what I've seen and all that other fucked up shit that goes down. So, yeah, I should probably go to bed. I've probably already said a lot of stuff that'll get me banned. A lot of hateful things about Zionists, police, Nazis. And you're not allowed to attack Nazis, apparently. Because, let's get real, Zionist, you know, libertarian. Even mild Republicans are kind of Nazi-like. Libs, they're definitely Nazi-like. Look what they just did. They bombed the shit out of Gaza. Killed all those kids. There's no reason to do that unless you're an evil Nazi. Then you got to do evil Nazi shit, I guess. Which means you're a violent psychopath. Which means I got my eye on you, man. Fuck you, dude. Fucking piece of shit. Can't stand fascist trash, dude. The fascists, dude. They're the worst. And what sucks is the libs are also that. Sucks. And I hate how a lot of people try to conflate left and lib. Nah, there's a big difference. Leftist means you give a shit. Lib means you're pretending to be a leftist. You're actually just a right-winger. It's true, man. It's true. These are the kind of people that are just like, I got what I got because I worked hard. Even though they had like a rich family, or they basically won the lotto, or they opened a business and started doing a thing in an area that needed that sort of thing, I guess, or at least really wanted it, so you got lucky there, you know. Like, you could have been a dumbass who invested in something that didn't sell. That's most people, actually, you know, so you're lucky. You know, a lot of it's luck. It has nothing to do with how dumb or smart you are, you know. That's life, dude. Some people can be really smart, and then it's like, oh, they were born with like a weak heart, so they're gonna die at around age 10. You know, like, that's fucked up, but that's life. If that happens to you, what? Are you gonna blame yourself? Oh, I was weak. It's my fault. No, dude. You're thrown into life. There's not much control you have after that. Especially how you're born and how you die. You have no control, man. Think about that. You have no control of that. Your life is definitely in the realm of major gambling. So that's the point I'm making. I hate motherfuckers who think there's like a skill gap to life. Oh, this super powerful leader deserves to be in the number one spot and get treated like better than anyone else because he deserves it. He worked hard to get to that spot. Or so. They think that. It's fucking stupid. Fucking ridiculous. Bending a knee to these monstrous weirdos. So anyway, I can't stand bootlicker types. I think in a way they're some of the worst people alive, actually, because they're egging on the Nazi shit. You know, they're willing to entertain it and whatnot. And when you do that, you get whatever happened at Jubilee recently with that one Nazi guy. He admitted he was a Nazi, then he got fired, apparently, for doing that, because the employer was like, no, I hate Nazis. I didn't know you were a Nazi. You're fired. So he fired him, right? Turns out that was a lie. None of that happened. What did happen was he did say he was a Nazi in front of Mehdi Hassan on Jubilee, and then he lied and said he got fired at his job for that, when the reality turns out he hasn't had a job in like half a year. He's just some loser guy that you got to feel sorry for. And he pulled a grift. He lied, and he also set up a GoFundMe. Like, I got fired. Please help me. And all these weird Nazis started giving him money. He made like 50 grand or some shit. I don't know. That's what I heard, but I don't know if it went higher than that. But I also don't know what ultimately happened because everyone found out the truth, which is what I just said. And now everyone who liked him in the first place, every dumb Nazi who was kissing his ass, is all pissed off at him because he turned out to be a fraud, which makes their whole Nazi movement look bad and everything. So, yeah, that's fucking funny, right? Um, so I don't know what happens. Do they shut down the GoFundMe and take all the money away? And because they're helping a fraudster. He just grifted everybody. That was what do they call that? Con artist shit. Crime stuff. He committed a crime, right? That's a scam. Like, he should be in deep trouble for this, and I think he is. I haven't looked into it that much more because I don't really care. But I'm just bringing him up because that's an example of how stupid our fucking society is these days. Like, if you ever feel like you're not good enough or fucking dumb or something like that, um, yeah, it could always be a lot worse. You could be a lot like some of these fucking weirdos, dude. Um, and I wish I could talk to Mehdi Hassan. I should be the one doing that. I would just tell him, hey man, why don't you tell the Democrats that they're all a bunch of baby killers that fly around in private jets like the Clintons? They're tied to that Epstein shit. Like, why can't you just fucking tell the truth on the news? Why be shy about it? Let's just say it. That's the truth. Weird elites flying around in planes, fucking little kids, underage girls and stuff, while the rest of us have to work like slaves, like dogs. Like, I work 6 days a week. Sometimes 80 hours of my life a week devoted to working. God damn. It's going to put me in an early grave. That's reality, though. You don't like it? Sorry. If my channel gets banned for saying that, fuck it, I don't care.